is Barbara, and today I'm going to do a video on community college's stereotypes and debunking them, because a lot of the stuff people say about community college is not true. So a lot of things people say about community college is not true, and I just want to kind of give like a little backstory. So I went to a high school that was like, kind of think of like your typical high school in like a TV show. Like we were very like football team. We were very football orientated. We had a really good football team. Almost everyone went to the games. We had a really good team. We would go to like championships. All our sports were really good. We were also like a very smart school. Like we had top test scores, people with really good grades, people who were really motivated to go to a school. And a lot of people would say stuff about community college that I found out when I actually went to community college is not true. There was this whole stigma like, if you go there, you're not as smart, you're not getting a good education, you're wasting your time, it's going to take you forever. And I found out that this was not true once I got there, and I kind of took everything people said with a grain of salt. So I'm going to get into the stereotypes right now. I have some notes on a piece of paper that I will be referring to just so I get to all the points. So the first one, only students who couldn't go to a 4-year attend community college. This isn't true. There's people going to a community college that couldn't afford a 4-year. There was people in my class that were top over 4.0 students that went to community college to save money. Many of the people I have in my classes, really good grades. They had really good grades in high school. It's just they were there because they wanted to be with their family still, or they wanted to save money. And then another thing is anyone can get into a 4-year university. One time me and my friend in class, we were bored and we googled like schools with 100% acceptance rates, and there are plenty of schools out there with 100% acceptance rate, 99% acceptance rate, 95% acceptance rates. So if you really wanted to go to a 4-year and you had terrible grades, you could find one that will accept you. And then number 2 is that you're getting a different degree. If you are getting a degree at the community college and not transferring out, yes, you are getting a different degree. You're getting an associate's, you're getting a certificate, you're getting a technical degree. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are planning on transferring to a 4-year. So if you go to a community college and then let's say you transfer to UC Santa Cruz, it's not going to say on your diploma that you only went to UC Santa Cruz for 2 or 3 years. It's going to say on your diploma, UC Santa Cruz, your major, your name. Nobody's going to know you went to community college. You don't have to tell anyone. And it's never going to say like anywhere like, oh, you went to this community college on the degree. It is a same degree once you complete it at the 4-year university. Another thing is this was stated as a fact. It is half the cost of a 4-year, and actually it's significantly less. Both semesters I've been paid less than $1,000 or around $1,000, and I've taken way more credits than the average student. Like last semester I took 6 classes, this semester I'm taking 7. Most people at community college are taking 4 or 5, and the total cost was under $1,000 both semesters. So I got more than like 1 year of units for less than $2,000, which I think is pretty great. And I just wanted to compare the cost to other schools. So I found all of these on the US College National Rankings. So UC Santa Barbara tuition is $14,409 a year. This is not including fees. 4-year universities have a ridiculous amount of fees. I was originally going to a 4-year university. It was $350 down, $80 for orientation, $800 for housing, like a really expensive health fee. Parking permits at some 4-year universities are $700 a semester, which is ridiculous. At my school I had to pay a $20 health fee, and then I had to pay for a parking permit, which is $40 a semester, which is significantly less. There was none of these enrollment deposit fees. Orientation was free. You save a lot of money. Like fees that I'd be spending to go to a school like UC Santa Barbara cover my tuition at a community college, which is pretty amazing. Like it really is a great deal in bang for your buck. And then that's not even taking into consideration if you don't live near, let's say you're going to UC Santa Barbara, you're going to have to live in a dorm, which costs $10,000 plus a meal plan. And it's just really expensive to go to a 4-year university if you have no type of financial aid coming from the government or no scholarships. The next school, that is Cal State Sacramento. Their tuition is $5,472, again, not including dorms, not including fees. And then for a private school, I looked up USC. It was $53,448 for tuition, which is ridiculous. Personally, I could never justify taking out that much in loans or having my parents pay for that. Like, my parents couldn't afford it, so I would have to take out loans for 4 years. That's over $200,000. That's not including tuition, that's not including books, that's including everything else. So it really is a good deal to go to community college. Who decided to mow their grass right now? Whatever, I hope you guys can't hear the sound. And then the next is number 4. Obviously, if you're going to Stanford, UC Berkeley, yes, it is going to be a better quality education because the professors are going to be more renowned in their field. But the good thing about college is you get to pick your own classes. So guess what? You can go on Rate My Professor and find great college. You can go on Rate My Professor and find great professors. My English professor last semester was a published author who was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize, which is crazy. Like, obviously that's someone who's very renowned in his field, and he knows what he's talking about, and he's teaching at a community college. I've had pretty amazing professors. All of them knew what they were talking about. Only some. I had one math professor that was kind of out of it, but I ended up dropping his class. But really it is which teachers you pick and which ones you kind of get lucky to get. No one successful went to community college. This is not true. Plenty of successful people went to community college and then transferred out. I will put a list of people who were successful and went to community colleges. Personally, I did an internship with a state senator, and he went to a community college for 2 years and then started a multi-million-dollar business in printing. And then he ended up becoming a state senator, which is pretty impressive, actually really impressive. So just because you go to a community college doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Like, a school doesn't determine if you're going to be successful. Obviously, if you're going to a top-tier university, you're going to have more opportunities, but really the opportunities are what you make of it. You have to go out and find opportunities a lot of the time. And just because you go to Harvard or some other top-tier university doesn't mean you're going to be successful. You have to have high work ethic, you have to know what you're doing, you have to study hard. The next is they make it hard for you to transfer. This is somewhat true because if you're trying to transfer from, like, I live in California, to an out-of-state school, it can be a little more confusing. But personally, I applied to one out-of-state school and I reached out to them and I was like, hey, like, what do I need to do? They told me everything. They've been so helpful when I sent emails and stuff. But if you're trying to transfer out into a school in your state, I can only speak for California, but they made it pretty simple. Like, we have this thing called iGetsy. You take all the classes on your list, you look up your major classes, take those, and once you have 60 units, you can transfer, which is awesome. They make it really easily. All the counselors I've met with are so helpful and great, and I've had a good experience trying to transfer out. The next thing is the students are old. This, for the most part, isn't true. In some of my morning classes, I had maybe like one older student, and I don't really see that as a problem. But yeah, maybe I'm not going to be like close friends with them or anything, but they're all like super interesting to talk to, the ones I have, and they all are interesting people. Like, I don't know why people are so against having older students in their class. If you are taking evening classes, that is when there is more older students, because a lot of older students have jobs, careers, kids, so they can't really be going to morning classes. So if you're taking night classes, yeah, you're going to have a lot of older students, but I don't see that as a problem. You can learn from their experiences in life, and they're all cool to talk to, at least the ones I have had, and if you don't want to talk to them, you don't have to. The next is, it will take you longer to get a degree. It will take you longer to get a degree. How fast you are going to get your degree is up to the control of you. If you want to take 2 classes a semester, it's going to take you longer to get to your degree, whether you're taking them at a community college or a 4-year university. Yes, the 4-year university more has the structure to be like, get your degree in 4 years, like take this many classes a semester, versus community college where you can take 1 class, they don't really care. But how fast you want to get your degree is up to your control. You need to be on top of what classes you need to take, when you're going to transfer out, how long it's going to take you to transfer. It's all up to you when it comes to that. Number 8, you won't make friends. This is not true. I'm personally not like the most outgoing social person. Like I say, I'm pretty outgoing. Like, I'll talk to random people in class, but I've made friends that I've hung out with outside of the classroom. You could be going to a 4-year university. If you're just going to class, going to your dorm, you're not really going to be making that many friends either. Like, it doesn't really matter where you're going to school. If you put yourself out there, talk to people, you will make friends. There is nothing to do / be involved in. My community college, personally, we have a football team with football games. I don't really go to them because I don't have time for that. I work and do all this other stuff, but we have those football games. There's cheer team you can be part of. There's a bunch of different sports you can play. There's clubs. There are things to be involved in community college. You just have to put yourself out there, try out for a team, join a club. And then number 10 is you won't get the 4-year experience. Well, you won't get the 4-year experience at a lot of 4-year universities, because like the 4-year experience is like joining a sorority, going to a lot of football games, making a lot of friends, partying, and that's not like what everyone wants. You can do that at a community college. You can find local parties. You can drive out to another schools for parties if that is what you're into. Yeah, there's not going to be sororities, but personally, like, I have no desire to join a sorority. And if you really want to join one, you can join one once you transfer out of the school. And a lot of four-year universities don't have sororities. They don't have a football team, and if they do, nobody goes to the games. So unless you're going to like a university with the whole package, if you're looking for that, then you're not even going to get that at a four-year university if they don't offer all those things. So that is the end of my list. I hope you found this helpful. This search is based on my experiences and what I know. I did do research for all of this. I spoke with other people that go to different community colleges, so I definitely think I made a knowledgeable argument for all these points. Again, community college is what you make of it, how fast you're going to transfer out, how fast you're going to get your degree, if you're going to make friends, if you're going to have a good time. That's really up to you at the end of the day. And if you're looking for a good way to save money, you don't qualify for financial aid, but your parents don't have that much money and you can't afford to go to a four-year without taking massive amount of loans, community college is definitely the best option for you. It ended up being the best option for me. Like, definitely, because there was this whole stigma at my high school, like, don't go to community college, like, you'll be stuck there forever, you're never gonna get a degree. Like, I originally didn't want to, but now that I'm here and I'm attending it, I'm happy. I'm living at home, I'm not stressed out about paying, like, expensive tuition, I can afford things, I can work a decent amount. So community college, personally, has been great for me. I was a good student in high school. I had the opportunity to go to different colleges. I took multiple AP classes. I think I took like 9 AP classes in total. My senior year, I was only in AP except dance. I did pretty okay on the SAT. Not as good as I wanted to. So like, I had the opportunity to go to 4 years. I got into plenty of them, but at the end of the day, money matters, and staying here definitely was a good decision for me because I do get to like still be with my family. Even though I don't have much family, it's still nice because obviously after I get my degree and stuff, I'm planning on moving away from this area and maybe even soon when I transfer out. So if you enjoyed this video, comment below. Do you go to community college? Do you think any of these stereotypes are true? Do you go to a 4-year? Do you think it was worth it to take out all those loans and be in debt? Because I don't. So thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. There is an ant walking on top of my camera. There is no ants in my house. What is this? Okay, back to the video.